Current hours. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for November 18th, 2017.
Today on the Newscast, we talk Battlefront.
The Detective Pikachu news.
A Mario movie.
The LEGO Dimensions update.
And Rampage.
Check us out.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
For November. It's November.
It is November 18th. It is still November 18th. I am Nick.
It says Brian. No, I'm Tony.
Of course. Mine says my name.
Okay.
You guys put it in the right place.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I wanted to make sure there's no confusion.
Confusion this week.
Apparently, no,
very
this one's too
scientific.
close to Tony.
It's very scientific. Tell Bri?
I guess it has to do with the chairs, right? Like
I guess.
It's a
Wherever.
chair thing.
It takes over your mind.
It's like community.
It is a community
spot.
effect.
Either way.
Anyways, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
Welcome.
talk about some nerd news stuff.
Nerd
news
nerding.
from the last week.
Let's go with, let's start with the big one. The one that has been
big one.
exploding.
That one.
big
All
one?
right.
The exploding.
The one that everybody's been talking
The
about,
viral
and complaining
one.
about, and
So, Battlefront 2, Star
That's the
Wars Battlefront 2 came out on Friday.
okay, the sequel to Battlefront.
Was it Friday? I thought
Yeah.
it was earlier.
Officially the
Officially
date.
Friday.
Officially Friday. If you had paid like an extra $30 or
You got to
whatever,
play in the beta or
you get.
whatever.
Well, you got to play
Early
early
release.
release,
Yeah.
which is like Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah.
So, Battlefront 2, sequel to Battlefront.
Which was I enjoyed Battlefront.
I bought it for
For a while.
I bought it.
That's my thing. I got it for $15-20.
I bought it for 10. I was like,
Right.
yes, I can play this for $10. Yes.
Right.
Not to be confused with Star Wars Battlefront 2, released circa 19.
Yes, that's true.
Circa 19, whenever
Was
that
better.
was.
Which is arguably
That's a different conversation.
Yep.
But yes, the game was officially launched on Friday.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's been a lot of discussion over the microtransactions inside the game, the loot crates, and
issue
the
for a
overall
while.
character progression
Well, okay, and
as it's tied to.
yes,
other
and the
crates.
big piece of the microtransaction thing is there are. It wasn't just cosmetic stuff.
No,
there's big power-ups locked behind.
Power-ups like star cards, which is the equivalent of perks,
Yeah.
from my understanding. And then you'd have to open more boxes to get duplicates to
Right.
power those perks up some more.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's just a whole lot of controversy. And on top of that, there was a discussion over character unlocks early in Tuesday or whatever,
Yeah.
when people started first playing the game. People had actually started calculating how long it would take to initially unlock characters like Luke Vader.
Luke Vader.
Luke Vader.
Luke Vader.
Luke Vader's in this game?
Yes.
Sweet.
Spoilers.
Oh, dude.
Spoilers. Spoilers. Episode 8 spoilers.
That's who Snoke is.
Duh. Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, even Chewbacca,
Yeah.
and Leia. Like it would. Someone had calculated it would be approximately 400 plus hours to even unlock one of the characters.
No, it was 40 hours to get to the first unlock.
400 for everyone. 400 for everyone. And so it
It was
ended up,
something stupid. Like, it was a, yeah. It was
and so yes, when you put in microtransactions into a game,
Yeah.
there are always avenues where players can achieve it without paying a dime.
Yeah.
And there was in a sense, but
Takes way too long.
right.
Well, that was the one piece. Is someone goes, I'm not going to play your game for 40 hours to hopefully get a chance to unlock. Like, I don't have that kind of time.
Right, and so as part of their midweek updates, they actually updated the arcade mode as well,
Yeah.
which is the single player version of sort of like the online stuff where you can actually earn these credits offline.
Yeah.
And apparently they actually updated it to be, hey, you can only earn up to 500 credits in this arcade mode per day.
Yes.
Which is another ridiculous Like,
Again, it's single player. Who cares? Let me play for 24 hours
right.
Yeah.
and crank out as many points as I...
Right. What should have happened was, because you normally get about 100 or so points or something from the arcade mode per match.
Yeah.
What it should be is you get your 100 points for the day, but then when you play it again, you get significantly less credits and less
Sure,
credits.
that
That's
can work.
Some way to at least show that, I'm playing these not for 0 credits, but, get
Save for
50.
the updates. Gotta save them for the updates.
So yeah, that's the big piece on that one is microtransactions up the wazoo.
Right, and even the main character for the single player campaign, you still needed to unlock. You couldn't get her after finishing the single player campaign.
Which is nuts.
Which, yes, it's been
So
nuts.
now again, like I just got Injustice 2 for the PC, and Brainiac's in there. You can pay $8, and it unlocks Brainiac. Or you can beat the single player campaign.
Yes.
You can beat the story mode and unlock Brainiac. And I'm like, okay. Because I saw him, because I bought the deluxe package, because I wanted all the DLC.
Sure.
Obviously, from last week, you guys talked
Yeah.
about the big one that was the Ninja Turtles coming, and I'm like,
I don't think Ninja Turtles is part of that.
it is.
It is.
I
It
checked.
is? Okay.
You get all the fighter packs.
I thought it was only Fighter Pack 1 and 2 for the
you
deluxe.
get all of them.
Okay, good. That's
So
good.
for the $120 I spent,
That's fair then.
I calculated it all out because that's what I'm sitting there going. Fighter packs, like a piece, are $25 or whatever, so it's $75
Sure.
on top of the $60 just to get all 3 fighter packs. And I wanted all 3 fighter packs because I wanted at least 2 of them. Well, if I'm already spending, $110 essentially, the extra $10 I get all.
No,
I get
that's-
everything.
Right. But
So, but then Brainiac's not unlocked, and I'm like, I bought the deluxe edition.
right.
You're making me now pay for this, and then you go over Brainiac and goes, complete story mode to unlock, or you can pay for them. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. And that's in that sense that's completely attainable.
Yeah.
And in my
It's
reasonable.
thing, that one is, it's not giving me a huge advantage because Brainiac's just another fighter,
Right,
and
they-
I suck as I think I
they-
would suck as Brainiac.
they
I suck
nerf-
as most of them.
They buff him for the single player.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to multiplayer, he's basically
He's a fighter.
more or less balanced.
Yeah. So either way, fighting I'm like, okay, I can wait to get Brainiac. That's cool. But for people who just want everything,
Right.
and I kind of get it with that one. The armor you get in that game, you can buy the loot boxes. So if you spend money, you are going to have an advantage. But I already have epic pieces of armor, and you have to get your characters up to level 20 by playing the game.
And on top of that,
to actually equip the armor.
and another
How
big
long
piece
does
with
that
Injustice.
My Green Arrow is currently at level 10, and I've only played the game for like 2 evenings.
Yeah, it doesn't. Character progression's not too bad. But the big thing about Injustice is even if you get those armor pieces, it doesn't automatically make you better at the game.
Correct.
Whereas in Battlefront 2, there is clear advantages over people who have spent either more in-game money or played an umpjillion hours.
And that's okay. If everybody's played an umpjillion hours, you
Right.
should be better.
Right. But the fact that you could just pay and get, hey, I bought 10
Right.
whatever boxes or whatever the currency is.
Yeah. So the big news at the tail end of this week is EA and DICE came out and went, we didn't realize what we did was a dick move. Lies. And
Yes. Yes. That's
for now, we have taken all microtransactions out of the game. Everything that comes in those loot boxes now is now cosmetic,
Which is the correct.
which is what a loot box should, and you
Correct.
have to earn everything by playing the game.
Right.
Now, the tail end of that letter goes, microtransactions will soon be put back into the game.
But how
Once-
soon is soon?
Once everybody kind of forgets and goes, oh, Battlefield
Oh,
2 is a game, click buy.
But here's the big piece. People have to realize that they thought they could get away with this.
Right. And that's what the internet's saying. They're like, nope, until it says we are not putting that back in the game, I'm not in. And I'm like, if they came out and said the items in the box are going to stay cosmetic and you can still buy them, because at that point you're spending your money on
Right.
prettying up your character, I don't give a shit if
Or
you spend
buying-
$200.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they come back and add it back into the game in another 2 months, and all of a sudden again I can for $200 become godlike,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
And especially when it
not
comes
what
to Battlefront, where it's massive 40-player online battles.
Yeah.
If you're the one person in a 39-player match who didn't pay for anything,
right.
you're not gonna
You
have
are
a good time.
screwing your team.
Well,
You're gonna screw your team, and you're not gonna have a good
You're not
time.
having a good time.
No.
Like, that's the thing. Think of, like, your experience with Friday the 13th, your first game. And that wasn't even a pay-to-win of any kind.
No.
But if people are dicks, or don't, and they will be, if they're paying that much and they're that far ahead, You're going to be playing with dicks.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of two things is gonna happen. You're not gonna play the game anymore,
Right.
or they're gonna guilt you into saying, oh, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start dropping you down $50, $100, $150 worth."
Which ain't gonna. I'm
No.
not from this guy.
And especially when the fact that you already paid $80 for the base game, or $70 or whatever.
Whatever it is
it
in
is
Canada,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, I know, that's the big piece. So, that statement was, I started reading it, and I'm like, cool, good work, guys.
Yeah.
Way to backtrack. And then that last sentence, and you go,
Damn it.
damn it!
Nope.
And honestly, if it would have, and it does say that they're going to look at the system itself and tweak it before they re-release it.
That's such a
But that's my thing is,
blanket statement.
if at the bottom it would have said when the microtransaction thing does come back, it will be for loot boxes, but they will just stay cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there would still be people going,
No.
Right, cosmetic is fine. I mean, especially in massive multiplayer online battles like that.
Right.
Like, yeah, you want to differentiate yourself from other Stormtroopers.
Well, and again, that's the other piece of that I like about Injustice 2 is there's a lot of character customization itself, even just with color.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the color things cost a certain amount of credits, which you can buy. So if you want your Green Lantern to look a specific way,
If you want to try to follow the TV show or whatever
whatever it
want
is, you can get the loot boxes randomly,
Yeah.
or
I prefer
Yes,
the
you can.
random.
There's some storefront.
there is a storefront where you can go, I wish to purchase this color block
Yeah.
for this amount of in-game currency that you can purchase. And that's my thing. So if you want to look a specific way with cosmetics and pay for it, cool. Because, I mean, we do it in Heroes of the Storm.
Right, and here's the big piece that you can also do as well in Battlefront is that, or what they should do anyways, is implement that storefront, but say every week it's going to change. So get your thing now. So you want to grind your credits for this color stormtrooper or this helmet or this emote or whatever like that.
Yeah, there's a better way of doing that kind of
because I think
stuff.
Heroes does that, doesn't it? Where it's like every week it changes.
The sale changes.
Sale changes, but like in terms of exclusivity.
You can buy, well, you used to be able to buy everything, and again, 2.0 we haven't done a lot of since 2.0 came out. So their storefront is still a little wishy-washy to me, I'm not sure about it, but the old one was they used to have a sale. So like they'd throw a bundle, or they'd throw new characters, and they make sure that you could get like, oh, you want this new character, it's on sale for the first week.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. For real money or whatever, like if you had the actual gems in the game to buy them. But then everything else in the store you could just spend real money on and just be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Boop.
Yeah.
Bought. And again, Heroes of the Storm is free.
Very free.
So you're starting off with a base game that's free going,
I don't think
if I throw 60, because we played a crap ton of that game. So
I don't think
I throw this much money at
I still haven't put a single dime into that game.
No, you didn't, but we put enough in for you, so you're good.
Yeah. Well,
Between Brian and enough money
at
for
the
you.
time.
And again, that was the thing. Like when they were releasing those bundles, it was like, oh, there's like 3 characters in there that I do want, and it comes out to $5 a character.
Right. Or the packages where it's like, oh, you clearly have this already, so we're gonna reduce the cost.
They give you the reduced cost, which was like Blizzard did that.
That's smart.
Really well without pissing anyone off. Even Overwatch's loot boxes are.
They're fairly well priced, and I'm really glad that this is a side tangential thing.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that BattleNet now is in Canadian currency.
Yes.
Don't have
to
do that to convert.
Apparently, Destiny 2 is like $5 cheaper than it is in retail for us. I don't know. It was like $75 as opposed to $80. So
I own it. I play it.
I know. I'm gonna get it eventually.
Stop.
I want attention.
She does want attention.
But yeah, like it's just
I could see
unfortunate.
it coming back after Christmas.
Oh, totally.
Totally.
Because they're going to judge
get
by
it.
people
Yeah.
how many buy it, and then
Correct.
oh, well,
Absolutely.
hey.
Well, and then like someone else said, they're like, people they're going to go online and they're going to make it so that it's going to take you now 60 hours to unlock something. And people are going to go, I want to unlock it faster. And they're going to go, oh, well then.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us the money and you can unlock it
And by that time, you're gonna have
faster?
kids getting
Yeah.
those games, and then they're gonna.
Well, and that's where a bunch of the European places are starting to go after the game because
They're
calling it gambling now.
Because technically it was gambling,
Yeah.
especially when you put stuff like character progression behind boxes. But if it's cosmetic, then I think that's the gray area that's more...
Well, and again,
It's
as
less
long
frowned
as my stuff, and that's the thing that got me about Heroes of the Storm too, is you get duplicates, and they'd like, oh, you get this many gems for your duplicate, and I'm like, can't I just like get new stuff? Can't you be like, oh, he has this crap, he won't get it in a box?
Yeah, but then you have to look at something like trading card games, like Magic and Pokemon. Like, I've gotten so many doubles from Pokemon. That...
But even if they gave me doubles in Heroes of the Storm that I could trade and or give away...
I think Team Fortress does that. Team
Fortress did that, where you had like 8 of something. Yes. Okay, apparently we're not talking about Rampage anymore today.
You echo our sentiments about that exactly.
That's Pancake, but that's cool. We do that too.
But which is a shame for Battlefront Battlefront 2 because the game looks amazing.
People are saying it's 50-50.
It looks. I mean,
it looks great. But
the single player has its issues. It's pretty short. It has,
yes, people are complaining about single player.
It stutters during cutscenes, and
yeah, I mean, what game doesn't?
They didn't get shut down yet.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
BioWare shut down?
No, that wasn't That was whoever did BioWare Andromeda, or not BioWare. Mass Effect Andromeda. BioWare themselves.
Yeah.
They've been working on Anthem.
Yeah, that's what they're on right now.
Yeah. And Andromeda wasn't made exactly by that. It was made by BioWare Montreal. Or whatever.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
They're gone.
Okay.
In other news, is EA just eats up more people and spits them out.
And wants more of your money.
See, and I get some of them, like you talk to certain publishers, and they're like, we become a company, we make our game, and yes, we get shut down because we were put together to make that game.
And if people aren't buying the game, then...
Well, no, that was it. Like, and if that company needs them again, they will reform that company, spit out that game, and the company will again just be, like, they're only made a company for that time period.
Right, and that's why it's so...
But EA's just gobbling so much stuff up and being like, nope, didn't do well because...
And that's why it's so incentivizing to have indie developers make their own games lately, because they have more control and say over, what kind of games they make, and how many of them they make.
Yeah, and what's in their games.
Right.
And because that's the other piece is, like, EA makes people use the Frostbite engine, which DICE is good with, thankfully. But you're going to play a Battlefront game.
However, I think the clause to that is that they made.
They did make.
They made it themselves.
They did make the Frostbite engine, but then so at least like they're okay with it. But then EA comes going, okay, you have to find a way to put microtransactions in this game. That's gonna, like you have to do this.
I love skimming the Reddit AMA for Battlefront 2 that one day.
Yeah,
it was just so funny, like watching all of the responses basically saying, we are constantly evaluating this feature and planning to adjust it based off player feedback.
Apparently they didn't adjust it enough. Well, and I was reading something on Reddit today that was...
Hello.
Isn't it hilarious how they announced the gems would come out in the same statement as our story? We're going to try and listen.
I don't think... Yes. As players, I don't think we want gems, so it's very contradictory. It's very contradictory.
It's one of those. It's that system that they just implemented it incorrectly. Again, Injustice has it, and you wouldn't even know Injustice has it, except for one little button that goes, "Hey, would you like to spend some money?"
And even when you do, it's not like it's game breaking either.
Correct. You're not. Destroying your.
It's not like they're locking characters behind loot boxes, which would be even more, like more of a travesty, I guess.
Yeah, no. So
they treated Battlefront 2 more like a mobile game more than anything. What felt like
they did, and thankfully people aren't really buying it, which is
like I said, not yet though. But it's
the holiday season is coming up.
I may have mentioned it to you on Wednesday that I have it on Christmas list. I'm not buying it myself.
No,
someone else wants to buy it for me.
We should see how many what the lineup is at the Edmonton Public Library for the game. See how many people are actually getting it.
And apparently, what I read on Reddit today was Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
Went to EA and was like, "It's gone. Get it out." Because you're hurting our brand right now. Like, Star Wars is taking a giant hit, and we have a movie coming out in a month.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, get this shit together. Because, holy cow. And everybody's like, can you take it away? Can you take it away from EA? Can you take Star Wars away from EA?
Probably. They could.
Well, and then someone's like, well, EA has a contract.
EA has a contract, but
everybody's like, but if you ruin the brand, that has to breach contract, right? Like, if you're hurting the brand, that has to be somewhere. And it's a Disney contract, so trust me, it's like...
And so there's probably like certain numbers where it's like, you were clearly making X amount of money, you're not breaching the contract.
Sure, something like that. But if there's enough public disdain against your IP, they can take it back from you. But I don't know who you'd give it to.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like, do you give it to...
I don't know.
Give it to Konami?
No.
To Nintendo. How about that for a get?
I think that would be really weird.
Star Wars games exclusive to the Nintendo Switch.
No.
It won't. But could you imagine Nintendo?
I don't think they would be ready for that.
They wouldn't be. They'd have no idea what the hell to... They'd put it out to Namco.
Yeah,
as they do with everything.
It's Star Wars Warriors. Actually, that
would be a
that's
badass
actually
game.
that's not a half that game. That would make sense because you'd be in the Clone Wars.
Droids galore.
You'd be the Jedi, and you're just ripping through.
Oh my god,
that would be so much better than any other Warriors game we've had to date.
Okay, I know I was busting out a bunch of $1 million ideas while I was in Disney, but Disney, $1 million idea.
Work with Namco.
Work with Namco on your next Star Wars game.
Warriors, Star Wars Warriors. That doesn't roll off the tongue as
Star War and then
Star Warriors.
Bottom, like
Star
ears.
Warriors.
Yeah, Star Warriors.
Star Warriors. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and then
I'd buy that. I
I've
skipped the Fire Emblem one. I'll buy the Star Wars.
I've already pre-ordered
version.
it.
Yeah.
I've already pre-ordered it.
The deluxe edition, where I can play as R2-D2.
Yoda.
Because they, oh my god.
Yoda.
But they could make R2 work. If they can have like a Tingle character work, they could totally.
Every character would work. Even Jar Jar would work.
His
his entire moves is just running around like flailing his arms.
Drunken master.
He was pretty much drunk. Star Warriors.
Either way, yeah. So apparently Disney stepped in too, going like, guys, we have a movie coming out. Let's tie this together because this was supposed to be a pretty big. You know, that's big advertising. Star Wars game coming out. Star Wars game getting great reviews. Star Wars game doing really well. Instead of all their and then all of a sudden movie coming out, and then all of their other stuff. Yeah. But now all their headlines are Star Wars game screwing people over. Star Wars game messing up completely.
Or it's like
Star Wars game no one buys.
You need to spend either 400 plus hours or $2,000 to unlock everything. Yeah, someone dropped the ball hard on.
EA did.
EA. I'm pretty sure it's all EA. DICE wouldn't do something like that.
Well, you don't know that, but.
Not yet, my friend. Not yet. I was a little busy last weekend.
He was not in.
I was not in the. I was out of country.
Technically, yes.
Yes, I was.
Yes, he was.
And you just recently got back, so.
I did. I will post something on our something.
On or something.
I will figure it out. Twitter and or Facebook.
Discord?
Or Discord.
Oh.
Hold on.
She's supposed to have that.
What?
Huh?
If you look down.
That's from inside that, so sure.
Let's move on. I guess we can rip on Battlefront all day. I think a lot of news outlets and media outlets have reflected that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next item on the docket.
Remember.
Do you remember the Detective Pikachu game that came out?
How could we ever forget?
Danny DeVito?
No.
Danny DeVito?
No.
Danny DeVito?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
So, the Detective Pikachu game came out in Japan maybe like about a year ago or something.
Yep.
Something like that. And it was super weird. Pikachu had a voice. I don't know. It never came out here for reasons, obviously. But I think Lionsgate has the rights had picked up the rights a months back to produce and create the movie version of this.
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Is Pikachu in I can't remember the Sherlock hat? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I don't know.
But they have cast a voice actor for Pikachu.
Oh, thank goodness!
Again.
Yes.
Danny DeVito?
No. Someone by the name of Justice Smith?
Justice Smith. Is that related to... is that Will Smith?
No, I don't. No. I tried to look up this person.
I want to say yes. I think that's his daughter. No, never mind.
Justice Smith.
Not at all.
I don't.
Get down, star. Justice Smith lands lead in live-action Pokemon movie.
So is he Pikachu?
He is Detective Pikachu. Whoever this individual is.
All these things with Pikachu talking...
Okay, yeah, this is
getting a little weird.
2017 is a weird year for Pikachu talking. I will say.
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon he's gonna start talking.
I'd be okay with that at this point.
Smith was born in Los Angeles, California, to an African-American father and a mother of Italian and French-Canadian descent. You're welcome.
According to Wikipedia.
I'm pretty sure Jada Pinkett Smith is not of Italian and French-Canadian descent.
No.
Well,
you never know, though.
Let's take a look at this guy's career. What's his last thing he did?
IMDb.
He did a Netflix show called The Get Down.
The Get Down. So,
I
I haven't seen it yet.
It's an American musical drama television series.
Now, is it like exclusive to America Netflix? Or
no,
Canada?
I think I've seen it on Netflix.
It's
I haven't watched it, but
first part premiered globally on August 12th, 2016.
it's a Netflix original. They're not going to hold it to just the American.
Yeah, they can do whatever the heck they want.
I guess so. So yeah, I feel weird. Pikachu shouldn't have a voice, but
Pikachu
in some certain instances, I can agree with it.
I'd almost stretch that it doesn't even need a movie.
It doesn't need Detective Pikachu.
A live action movie.
Oh, that's why we didn't watch The Get Down. Jaden Smith is in it.
That's why. We don't like him.
Jaden Smith and Justin Smith, or Justice Smith.
Justice Smith. That's a great name, by the way.
What's your name?
Justice. What?
You'd have to talk like that all the time, though. Hello, why are you talking like that?
My name's Justice.
My name is Justice.
He can literally go to the bars and be like, hey girl, my name's Justice.
Exactly.
Would you like some justice?
Would you like some justice in that drink?
Some
Yeah.
sick. I can do
Actors really have to watch what they say and do now, so...
Yeah.
Well, he's young. He can...
No, can't get away. No,
You can't get away from
can't
that.
get away with anything.
What if he's doing it to his girlfriend?
Nobody he can. No, it doesn't matter. They break up.
Yeah. Oof.
But then...
Oh, no.
No.
It's getting dicey down there right now, man. Like, I'm just...
2017 is
Everywhere
so
it's getting
weird.
dicey.
2017 is so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be a
I didn't ask for a Detective Pikachu movie, let alone
straight
a game.
to Blu-ray.
I don't know. I think honestly, if it's coming out of Japan,
Straight to Blu-ray.
well, they usually do theaters. But
Japan,
the fact
I
that
can
they
see it in theaters because
but the fact that they're
Japan.
voicing it with an English character
leads
me to believe it might come straight to North America, whether it's in theaters or straight to Blu-ray. My instinct is to say straight to Blu-ray.
I'm thinking straight
Premiere?
to Blu-ray.
I would go to it.
I know you.
I totally would absolutely go to it.
And it might be a limited release thing. They do.
Yeah,
those
they
too.
did. Yeah, exactly. Like with the Pokemon movies,
Yeah.
it was only like 2 theaters, right? So
Yeah.
or two days rather. But yeah,
Special event Detective Pikachu.
I would-
Justice Smith.
if I got it,
Because that's how I feel like he talks.
Justice Smith.
All the
we need to
time.
watch like some like bit
Of
of
him?
him doing his show, just to.
Probably not as what we think.
We will have to after, so we don't get hit with the copyright thing. I was gonna put it on, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh
they'll
no,
find
now
it
it's
in
a
the
bad
background.
idea.
Yep.
That's a bad idea. You're gonna have a bad time.
We get copywritten for the dumbest stuff.
That sounds about
I'll
right.
pull it up after, but you know.
But
yeah, Detective Pikachu. I mean, it's
I didn't ask for
intriguing-
this. I didn't ask for this movie.
No one did.
I didn't ask
No
for the
one
game.
did.
No.
No one asked for this game or the movie. But I like that it's going this direction. I just didn't realize they would be so ballsy to do it.
If you're gonna go balls to the walls, might as well go balls to the wall.
And have Danny DeVito.
And Danny DeVito.
I like to at least think at some sort of backdoor like discussions they actually had this like talk with his agent.
Somewhere. Just to,
It's like,
yeah.
can we? Is this even remotely possible?
Can we get Danny? Can we get Danny? No.
I don't think he wants this. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I don't think he wants this.
It's not even Danny saying that. It's his agent saying it.
I don't think he's gonna want.
I'd be so pissed if I had an agent who turned down roles for me.
Well, depending on the movie. If they know
Yeah,
it's
if
gonna be
it's
a
like
bad
an
movie.
adult.
Don't
Yeah.
care. Maybe I want to be in that bad movie. I've seen movies with Peter Dinklage in them that are not good movies, but
That
clearly he's had fun.
That LARP one.
Yeah.
I want to see that LARP one still.
It's not great.
I don't care.
Again, it's not
The first
great,
90%,
but it's...
the first 90% of that movie's good.
Yeah.
The last 10%'s not.
Yeah, it's
The
not
last
a bad
10%
flick.
ruins it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does actually.
Gets really messed up.
But that's what I mean. Like, but that was even what's her face from Ghostbusters and Gilmore Girls, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Her agent was the one that said she didn't want to do the Gilmore Girls reunion because she was above that now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they never even floated it to her because,
Yeah.
like the creator of that show was like, hey, you know, would you like to do Gilmore? Like, you know, the creator of the show goes and says to the agent like, oh, we're doing the revival. Does she want to come back? Nope.
Well.
And then like it kind of blew up on the internet, and the creator's like, I have scenes for her if she was willing to come back.
Yeah.
And then she goes on Twitter, like Melissa goes on Twitter, going, no one ever asked me.
So, yeah, probably the agent.
So there was an agent involved somewhere going, nope, and I'd be like, oh, you so fired.
And to be fair, in Danny's defense, if that conversation actually happened, I'm pretty sure his first question would be like, "What's Pokemon?"
Right.
Probably.
Pancake, I have to admire the tail that's in the background of our shot.
It's like, where's Waldo? Except with the What's the dog's name?
I forgot the dog's name.
Mystery? I don't know.
It's still there.
I know our table has a tail.
And
it goes slowly.
And it's gone. Let's
problem solved.
Let's while we're going on this Nintendo movie news.
Yep.
Another weird movie announcement came out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it had to do with the success of Super Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
But Illumination Studios has announced that they will be not announced, but they, I guess, early / mid talks. It hasn't been confirmed yet. But that Illumination Studios will be working with Nintendo to produce a Mario movie.
Yes.
Do you recast Charles Martinet?
No.
Why not?
Oh, like actually cast? Yeah,
Yeah.
I cast him.
Yeah.
Why not? The guy who actually does Mario? Yes.
But then do you actually have him say lines, or do you
Yes.
just have him say like, wahoo?
No. If he can do wahoo, he can do the rest of the voice, and you can make him a very stereotypical hey.
That's, you sound like Dracula.
Blah, do not say blah 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 blah.
But yes, Illumination Studios, makers of such wonderful films as Despicable Me 1,
2,
and
3.
Despicable Me 2, and Despicable Me 3,
And Minions.
and Minions.
Yep. And they did sing.
They did sing, they did Smurfs. So
They have other flicks. Like they're actually for
They're
a
not
brand
bad.
of people who make
that are not Pixar.
right out of
they're
the
not
Disney
bad.
realm of people. They're better than like the DreamWorks people.
Surprisingly, yes.
Like Illuminations, whenever they're doing a movie, I'm
They're
like,
getting better.
oh, okay. Like we saw Sing because we're like, oh, it's the guys that do Minions.
How?
haven't seen that.
Because I enjoyed the first Despicable Me.
Yep.
The second one, not quite so much. I haven't seen the
I haven't
third
seen
one
the
yet.
third one yet.
I really didn't like Minions, but I really liked Sing.
I didn't mind. Minions was just too much. Minions.
Too many.
Right.
Like if they would have broken that up into small shorts, that would I think have been
what-
way more manageable.
I honestly think they should do that for the rest of their Illumination movies. Is just have Minion shorts.
They should at the beginning of a
probably.
movie, yeah. Just pull the Pixar thing, and instead of like well
then-
thought out and artistic shorts, just be like Minions,
And
and
then
everybody will be like, yeah.
But yeah, like they are Illumination. I don't know if this deal is yet finalized, but what are you guys' thoughts about that?
I'm okay with it. They do a decent enough job.
They do too. I agree.
What this means for Wreck-It Ralph in the realm of Mario and Bowser and those guys being in it is another question.
I think that
I
that's it. I think that
I feel like
Mario
that's a
is
separate deal.
it is a separate deal, and Mario's already done.
But I don't know the second one. What happens? With
I
all
don't know
that
how
stuff,
I feel about it.
With him going to
With
the
Mario.
Oh, Mario. I don't know. As long as it's animated, obviously, so that's a better step forward than the live action piece of junk
we
that
could
got.
try live action.
Oh man, I missed
I
that.
think we should try live action.
No, thank you.
I missed that.
No, thank you.
I want to see it again.
You know when I saw that movie? I was homesick from school
You
with the flu, and I had a fever, so I was already dying on a couch. And my dad brought that home because he had gone to the video store and he knew that I because it was like I have my Super Nintendo. He's like, oh, he plays Mario. There's a new Mario movie out.
Sure,
Mario movie
you got succumbed to that.
And so again, I'm dying on a couch. It's not like I can move. And I still it's very fever dreamish of what I remember from this film, and I'm just like I was scared to death after that film was over.
Okay, do a better job, obviously, but try live action again.
I don't think
the Mario cartoon was like that. I loved that when I was a kid.
But that's bite size, and you can take that.
But I get that. But Illuminations, I feel like they could probably do a bigger version.
And if it is backed by Nintendo, you can probably bet that Nintendo will share like these are some high resolution Mario assets.
Yeah.
These are some high resolution Bowser assets.
And they'll be in more control of the story, knowing that this is like the final kind of nail. If this doesn't work, screws up, there will never, ever, ever be another Mario.
Right,
we go back to live.
Like
action.
I'm really glad that Nintendo's reaching out because after that Mario movie, it's been like that's never happening.
Nintendo's been taking big steps, though. They've got their park coming out in the Universal Parks.
Like this Odyssey and Zelda is doing very, very well for them.
Yeah,
so
well, I mean, the Switch is doing well, obviously, like Nintendo, but they're taking big steps to go outside of just the video game world, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's do. And I mean, they helped with Wreck-It Ralph, obviously Bowser was
right. And I think they did say in a statement like a way back ago that Mario will be in the sequel.
Yeah.
Just obviously we haven't heard anything about it yet.
And again, it's not like he's gonna have a major part. Think Sonic the Hedgehog in #1, where he just kind of
shows up.
He was inside of the ad.
Yeah, he was inside of an ad. Which is all I need for Mario and Wreck-It. Like, I don't need Mario and Wreck-It.
I just need confirmation that Mario's in there. He doesn't need to be a main character or a secondary character. Holy crap.
Uh-huh.
Dog.
I'm losing teeth.
This looks really bad on camera.
Thanks.
Ooh. I don't know. Either way.
Hey, buddy.
I know you missed me, but...
Come on in.
Hold on.
So, yeah. We'll see probably next week if this is actually going to happen.
If anybody had it, it would either be like I'd be happy with either Disney or Illumination having Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's going to be an animated flick. They won't go to Disney.
Never.
Well, they might. Depends on how much Disney buys.
I think Disney's got a lot. Disney's pretty busy right now, so...
Yeah, trying to take over things.
It's just Disney out there in the,
Not taking, but taking Fox.
But the more you read on that, they couldn't without going into compete clauses. Like, they already own ESPN, so they can't do Fox Sports.
Yeah.
That was why they were picking and choosing.
It was very difficult. It was very difficult for them to pick that up.
Yeah.
Pick those pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, the contracts behind the Fox thing were weird.
Yeah, but they would have to be. So.
That's why that deal will never happen right now.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Next year.
I said now.
Next year.
Okay.
Either way, Toys to Life games. We've seen the fall of
Skylanders.
Well, no, they're on hiatus. We'll call it a hiatus.
Okay.
Well, we can hope
Disney
that they
Infinity.
go away.
We can hope they go away. Disney Infinity's dead.
Disney Infinity.
Whoop.
Hello. They do own many companies. They buy tons of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Disney.
Oh, for sure. I was just there. Like,
They own things.
they own everything.
It's kind of scary.
Love it.
It's super scary.
Don't
sometimes.
care.
They're taking over the world.
It's actually really funny because, like, there's sets of Disney, there's pockets of Disney where you hear the greatest stuff. Like, their animation studio, you only hear great things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear pretty good stuff from people who are cast members, like people who work in the park. They don't call them employees, they call them cast members.
Yes.
But from the cast members, you hear good stuff. And then
They
you
have to
hear...
be happy all day.
Huh?
They have to be happy.
No, but like outside of when they can be happy, like there was one guy who did an AMA on Reddit because he had been fired.
Yeah.
And he was really sad about it because he had loved his job and he did this whole thing. And he said, we did have a good time. Like there was good
to work at Disney, you really need that type of personality.
Oh, you do. I cannot imagine the amount of people they roll through because they're in training and there's a dude there that morning just like, oh, I don't want to be at work today. And it's like, then you don't have to be. Bye.
Yeah.
And as Disney, you can't give and again, you have to have those people.
It's a brand.
Do not give.
It's a brand recognition.
Correct.
Especially if it doesn't matter if you're at the Disney parks or the Disney store, or
and it's funny because I'm on Google and it, like on my phone goes, "You're in Disneyland. Want to like answer some questions?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm in a like half-hour lineup. Like, let's answer some questions. And I'm like, oh, I looked at my wife and I'm like, people have done like reviews of Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I hit it to the lowest to highest because I'm like, let's see what the 1-star reviews say. And it's like, smoke-filled, infested park with rude people, like full of rude staff.
Other people. Okay.
No, like rude staff. And I'm sitting there going, and so I keep reading the thing, and it's like, you can't go anywhere without, like, there being cigarette smoke in the air, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, there are very specific smoking sections. They do have them.
Yeah.
And if you don't
when
go
was this
here,
review done?
I have to look, and it couldn't have been that, like, they've had those smoking sections forever.
Yeah.
Because I remember my dad having to, like, he'd be like,
and the thing is, like, if
that's before he, when he was not telling me that he smoked. So it was like, I'm going to go and look for popcorn. And he'd disappear.
5-minute long popcorn.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, but like they had the smoking section, so I'm sitting there, there's no smoking. The cast members are only ever, and they're not rude. Mm-hmm. They're just very, if they have to be, it's just, this is how it is. We waited for the train that goes around Disneyland, which is not a thing that you take to get places quickly. Mm-hmm. It is a ride. And we were waiting half an hour to get on this bloody train. So when we got to one of the stations, one of the ladies there is like, I've been waiting half an hour. Can't you just tell people to get off the train? No. And the guy's like, no, I can't, miss. And he's like, they've also been waiting half an hour. Like, everybody deserves to, like,
Yep. We have an order.
So again, and that's like, he answered very politely, but very matter-of-factly, and she started screaming at him. He's like, man, there's nothing I can do for you. You're just going to have to wait in line. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, that's where those reviews come from, because she's pissed.
And it's so easy for someone to put a 1 star and just like no grammar sentence rant on.
So they were pretty funny. If you ever need a laugh, go to Disneyland 1-star reviews and start reading, because it's like, or they don't like Disney and they went to Disney because they heard it's supposed to be great, and you're going.
But you contradicted yourself.
Right, like if you do not like Disney movies, Disneyland is not the place for you. And in my opinion, it's a great theme park.
Mm-hmm.
My entire house is Disney, though, so I'm a little biased.
A little bit.
Like, I go there and see Chip or Dale walking down the street handing out maps to people. Because that was the first thing. We saw the giant 60-foot Christmas tree, and then Dale in a Christmas sweater handing out maps. And I'm going,
of course.
Yeah, sweet. Like,
this is legit. Stands to reason.
Right, but in my mind, I'm like, this is so cool. Like, Disney crap is happening.
Yeah.
Not... Why is there a guy in, like, a costume walking around handing out? This is just ludicrous. I had to wait 45 minutes for a ride.
It's not magical enough for them.
And again, if you don't like Disney, it's not going to be magical.
Maybe it's too magical for them.
It's too hot. It's too long a line. Are
you kidding? People were wearing toques and parkas.
You were probably in a shirt.
I was in a t-shirt and jeans for the day, and at night I'd put a hoodie on.
Sure.
It got to, like, 10 degrees up there. It got like
10 degrees.
That's chilly.
Got like chilly. But as soon as I'm putting a sweater on, you look across and there's like
Parkas.
This mother putting like a huge toque, like a wool toque on this kid's head and like a parka, and I'm going, and then she's putting stuff on. I'm going, are you standing on an air vent? Like,
we had that when we went to San Jose last year. It's the same effect. It's like everyone's with mittens on, and we're just walking around like, I don't know.
Well, and it's funny because my wife sits there going, well, if they're coming from Florida, here is cold. And I'm like, I guess so.
And it is a theme park, so you get people from all over the place.
You do, like, they're from everywhere. But either way, Disney buying stuff up all over the place, they should totally
do stuff.
Either way, going back to speaking of Disney Infinity,
Toys to Life news. Another one
is bitten the dust, and it's Lego Dimensions, which doesn't really surprise me because Lego Worlds that came out is kind of mixing all that in without the portals.
And to be honest, they haven't really had any huge announcements in the past 6 months. So
no, they have.
Why not shut stuff down?
I mean, the most they do is like the TV piece tie-ins for the Flash, Arrow. Yeah. I don't think they'd even do Arrow. They did one with the Flash.
They did one for the Flash. Can you stop talking?
But yeah, like it's very, very surprising because as soon as Justice League stuff started, ramping up production, ramping up marketing, you kind of expected Justice League to have a Lego Dimensions tie-in.
Well, that's a big piece of the Lego brand is their
Warner
superheroes.
Brothers. And especially being Warner Brothers on top of that. So it's like, yes, I feel like after watching the film, I feel like I probably would have purchased a set or two, but I didn't see.
No, you can still get the Lego.
You can.
Because they do still have that Lego contract for...
Yeah. You can just go to the Lego
Justice
store.
League. So yeah, you can get the Lego, but it doesn't do anything for the Lego Dimensions.
There's no pieces. There's no NFC chip or whatever.
Can you stop that?
So yeah, basically it's just Amiibos left.
Amiibos, which is, and then like I said, my wife and I went to Walmart and I went and looked at them, and she because again, they're really nice models. She knows that. She knows that I collect them, so she looks. And there's the new ones for Zelda coming out, the Champions, the 4 Champions from...
even Mario Odyssey ones were really good.
The Mario Odyssey ones were only $15.
They were beautiful.
They are very nice, and if you want, the Mario's at my local Walmart over here for $15. But all of the 4 Champions are also at my Walmart, and I'm like, oh, cool, because I love the Goron. And
I like the
Goron, because I've always liked the Gorons. But either way...
Yeah.
$21 and change up in Canada for one Amiibo.
So then that means what the four pack must be $80 then, right?
Something like that.
Because you can buy it as those Champions in a giant 4-pack.
You him, don't you? I know.
He's got the tasty meats.
I don't know where any of her like antlers or bones are, and I think that's what she kind of wants. Either way, Lego Dimensions is dead, and it was more of a.
It doesn't surprise me. They weren't doing anything with it, and it just...
And like I say, that Lego Worlds game, because it does mix so much stuff...
I'm actually just surprised that it doesn't have any Dimension support.
Which would have been, I think... And that's when I started playing it, and then they already had DLC for, like, the Classic Space DLC. Mm-hmm. For $3, you get Classic Space pieces, and it's like, oh, cool. Can you stop? Come here.
No.
Tony, you might need to pull your side
Yeah,
of the bed.
that back. Yeah, pull the wall. Good job. You're good.
Look at you. Look how strong you are pulling a wall.
Yeah, pulling a wall.
Rage. Hulk. Rage.
Sit, and you're gonna stay here for a bit.
Okay.
Um.
I don't know. We'll start seeing them in the bargain bin. Maybe I'll pick up a piece of that.
Well, and that's my thing is I always looked at them.
They're not big. Either.
No, I always looked at them as I'm getting some minifigs that I can't get in any other pack.
Sure.
Like that's where I looked at them. Like I have the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 with the original Ghostbusters, but to get Slimer I need to buy the $500 Firehouse. Well, I'm not buying the $500 Firehouse.
See,
but I can get Slimer in a Dimensions pack.
See, I have the DeLorean.
Yeah, me
Back
too.
to the Future. So, I'd like to get other pieces for that if I could. But I don't know if there's any other
There's
characters.
a Back to the Future. I don't think so. I think you just get Doc and...
Because I have all of them.
I think you get a mini DeLorean, though.
I feel like that'd be totally worth it. I think that'd be totally worth it. What are you talking about? So yeah, it's sad, but not unexpected.
Not unexpected. And again, it was a bit of a fad for some of the stuff.
And you can tell.
Some of it was just bad marketing. And it's really funny now, if you look, Disney has released a line of Star Wars toys, and I forgot what they are called. But it involves some kind of infinity something, and they're using all the same molds.
Really?
So you can buy Han Solo, that Han Solo, but he has like actual arms that move, and he's an action figure.
That's awesome.
So Disney's still using that branding stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because if they're decent enough models again, like that's mostly why I had this game. Mm-hmm. It was fun. Every once in a while, but it was cool to show people.
It's a collectible.
But it was the figure, like the figures were really nice.
You basically had the equivalent of Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
When you booted up Smash Brothers, you saw the figurines on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except they're Disney, and again, Disney. And then they started doing the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff. Yeah. You can't tell because this wall
is barrel roll
dedicated. But
barrel rolling.
But can you stop?
Yeah.
Yep. Just like I need attention.
Yep. I'm gonna stop for now.
See, that's what EA would do.
Sweet.
Stop for a second and then keep going.
EA goes in its loops.
Yeah.
When some years it's great, some years they're the opposite of great.
Yeah. And as my dog tried to erase it, we can, I guess, move on to our last bit of news.
Rampage.
The Rampage.
Guys, remember the amazing Rampage game that came out in the 80s, like 90s rather?
I was going to say...
98, I want to say. Like 96 or 90.
Well, no, because there was the original. Like,
it would be earlier than that.
It
would be older than that. Yeah,
there's the arcade versions, and then we did get the one on the N64, which was the one that most of us have played in November.
Recognizable.
No, I
you know the old
Dark
one.
Arcade.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But most people growing up looking at this are going like, well, no, like this is what's supposed to happen.
Okay, so if you watch the trailer,
I remember the arcade.
Basically, and you had summed this up perfectly. Dwayne Johnson
is a gorilla whisperer.
Gorilla whispering.
Gorilla whispering.
He just loves the gorilla.
He loves animals.
He wants to protect them, and he wants to make sure they're safe.
He's Jane Goodall, but as The Rock.
Which
bigger.
Played by The Rock. Yeah.
Played by The Rock. His name is Jane. Yeah, I just don't understand where this. Why did this?
Made by the creators of San Andreas. Which is why they have him getting in a helicopter and doing that, like, oh, it's starting to come back to me thing, because that was a callback to that movie. So there's that joke thrown in there. My big piece is, yes, in the Rampage... Again, I don't mind a giant monster movie of them destroying buildings. The problem... One of the problems I have is that in the game, they are genetically modified humans.
That's why they have human names.
We don't know if they're not human before this.
No, they're very much.
Finds George is
like
monkey.
Normal monkey.
It doesn't say that.
Yeah, it does. It's in the
trailer. He finds him and he like raises him.
I can get.
And takes
maybe he started as a baby and got transformed.
Gorilla. I think you're stretching.
So
that's why you can do whatever you want.
That's why these animals have human names.
And honestly, I don't. It's not going to kill it the fact that they're actual animals that have been transformed into giant creatures.
My problem with this movie trailer, anyways, from the vibe that I get from it, is that it's one of those B-rate, like giant animal movies, where it's like giant mega shark versus.
But not done as a B-rate one. But as Sharknado knows what it's doing.
Yes, they know that they're bad.
Correct.
So they just kind of like
cheese it up.
They cheese it up, and they, instead of going like higher, they go lower.
Right.
Whereas this goes like, we're gonna take that concept and make a AAA
totally,
high budget movie,
but mid range it.
It looks so bad.
And that's I was watching it and I'm like, hopefully the CG's not completely rendered yet, because we get that in trailers where we won't get the final.
Or maybe some cut scenes will be cut, or because it's CG, you don't have to use it.
Supposed to be on 2 feet, not 4. So hopefully that changes.
For now.
And that's my thing again. Hopefully in the movie it changes.
For the sequel.
They talk about the crocodile, so Lizzie's obviously got to show up.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I didn't think they were going to do Lizzie for a second.
I know. I was waiting, and then it's like, what's next? A giant crocodile? And I was waiting, and they didn't actually show anything. And I'm like, if the giant crocodile doesn't show up, I'm going to be pissed.
Lizzie is basically just a low-budget Godzilla.
Correct. Don't care. Like, so, again, that's
at that point, you might as well just have a low-budget Godzilla who conveniently is named Lizzie.
They can just take shots. They can just cut shots from that Godzilla movie. There's only like 12 minutes of Godzilla, right?
It's like J.J. Abrams produced it or something.
But that's what I mean. Like, I was watching that trailer and I'm like, this doesn't feel rampagey. I do need another trailer.
I do. I feel like I want to know more of this. Like, they need to explain, well, not explain, but validate why they're not humans.
I think that's a big piece of it too. And you know what? It's funny because, we watched the Jumanji trailer.
I'm totally,
and it's like score, and then you see a second trailer
when they do it. Yeah, and it was a board game, and then
because we saw that before
itself.
You guys watched it before something.
You know that movie, Thor. But yeah, it shows it as a game, and it's like all games want to be played, and it shows the board game.
Yep.
As it like slowly gathers dust, and it essentially that trailer goes. The board game has transformed itself into a game. Like a video game because it wants to be played, and you're just like, damn, like
it has a mind of its own.
Yeah, which we kind of knew because we know that board game called out to people, and we know that board we knew it had that power, but the fact that this now actually connects it to the first movie just that little bit is so much like you're like, oh damn, because it already looked like a good movie.
It was a decent.
You're lying
movie.
on a cord, dog.
She knows, and she does not care.
Animals don't care. But yeah, Rampage the movie.
I am not interested.
Add that to another list of movies in which we did not ask for.
Or that I could see them going with it as they tried to do it on humans.
Maybe.
And it didn't work out so well.
See, and that would be,
and I'd be good with that.
We don't know. We don't know enough about this movie.
No, there needs to be a longer, better trailer.
Add this to the list of Tomb Raider, Detective Pikachu. In this movie,
questionable movies.
Yeah. Well, we didn't ask for them.
No, people. I
don't think people really want.
Retro games are bringing kind of.
But remember that Tetris movie?
You mean Pixels?
No. Ugh. They were gonna make an actual Tetris movie.
Yeah.
And that obviously is not happening.
Speaking of Battleship.
Guys, go watch a Battleship video on our playlist. Apparently,
don't totally go to our most watched video on our channel with Graham watching Battleship.
If you don't know who Graham is, that's a good way to find out.
That is a good way to find out.
That,
you know what the funniest part about talking to Graham is? He still doesn't watch a bunch of trailers.
The last time I talked to him.
The last time I talked to him, he's like, I haven't seen this trailer yet and this trailer yet, and I'm like, well, then come and film some stuff sometimes. And he's like, well, and he's like, well, and he's too busy right now, which is
lies,
whatever. But he's just like, I got so in the mood of not watching trailers so that we could watch them. He still just doesn't watch trailers. We broke him.
Show him Thor.
To be fair, I've only seen the Star Wars trailer once.
But you have at least seen it.
Yes.
And you knew you wanted to see Star Wars.
Like, I don't need to see that trailer. I want to watch that.
Well, I do.
See, and that was the thing. Like Jumanji, I was like,
yeah,
I don't know if they can pull off Jumanji. And then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, this is gonna be a fun movie. I'm down.
Inversely, like we watch the Tomb Raider trailer, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a trailer.
It's based off the new.
It's
the
new
games.
Yeah. It has to because that one's the one.
Well, and honestly, it's not like
I don't mind the look of it right now.
I think the actor.
It's the same with the Ready Player One.
To be honest, the based of skeptics are like, oh, they miscast Tomb Raider and they miscast Lara Croft. I'm like, no.
I thought they did that in the first two movies.
Yes, Angelina Jolie was a terrible choice.
This one's
But
better.
this one's a good choice.
I think she's a good choice. That's what I thought.
I just think the movie will be terrible.
No.
It'll be her falling down pits, getting hurt, getting back up.
It's too... Or it's...
If it just needs to be a supercut of all of the terrible things that happened to my character when I missed that jump.
Yeah.
Because those death animations in both those Tomb Raider games are just the best to watch.
Okay, this is where you bring in the Uncharted movie and you mix them together.
Yes.
Yes!
Done.
Yes.
See? Look at me go. I'm telling you now. So you guys, if you follow
That's
my...
a lot of legal stuff, though.
If you follow my Twitter account, my first $1 million idea is to mix...
If you want to make it even worse, Metal Gear movie.
Oh, God.
No.
Metal Gear movie.
I like
So
the
we know-
Uncharted Tomb Raider.
We know The Rock, and this keeps blowing my mind, is the last 2 trailers I've watched with The Rock have been Jumanji, where he's in the jungle, and then Rampage, where he's in the jungle for a brief moment talking to the monkey. Either way, and then one of the next upcoming movies of his is the Jungle Cruise movie by Disney.
Are you saying he's just in the jungle?
And I'm like,
He must love the jungle.
He just must love the jungle. But I'm telling you now, Indiana Jones 5, the first half should take place on a jungle cruise with The Rock as like the guy driving the boat. And then he ends up helping Indiana Jones out with the Temple of the Forbidden, because again, Disney Jungle Cruise is right here. The Indiana Jones ride's right next door, and they complement each other stupidly well. Either way, I'm telling you.
Or you have Indy on the boat.
But that's what I say. Indy's on the boat going to the temple.
Yeah.
And The Rock ends up pretty much helping him out. Because
he gets them to a certain point, and then Indy goes his own way.
And you can do that. But either way, you have now introduced The Rock into the Indiana Jones specter of things. And he can continue not as Indy, but still as like a weird offshoot. So now instead of Indiana Jones, you have the Jungle Cruise, and it's pretty much...
Indiana Jones on the Jungle Cruise.
You could still do Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, and that would be a movie that people would be like, oh, that sounds good.
Anything sounds better than the Crystal Skull.
Again, there was parts of that movie that were decent.
Yes. But
there was just horrible CG and Shia LaBeouf.
A refrigerator nuke.
Don't care. Love it.
So terrible.
I have seen him do dumber things in other movies. Again, people
So
forget the other Indiana Jones movies. He was on a freaking rope bridge that he cut in half and swung down.
That was a pretty marquee moment, though. You see that in a lot of other films.
Don't care. So is the fridge blowing up in a nuclear explosion.
So dumb.
Because everybody remembers that scene, don't they?
No, I think most people forget about that movie.
Nope, not that scene. Everybody remembers that scene. It's a scene I defend all the time. If anybody's going to survive a nuke
It's
by
silly,
jumping in a
but it's
fridge,
funny.
It's going to be Indiana freaking
The
Jones.
blast is far enough away.
Lead. I like how the camera cuts specifically to the part where it's like lined with lead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Seems
Like
legit.
that'll save him.
Seems legit. Not the
Okay,
explosion.
Any other human would have died. The fact that it was Indiana Jones is the reason he survived.
He is immortal.
Apparently.
He did drink from the Holy Grail.
That's true.
It's a plot twist.
Just saying.
Plot twist.
He
He's
carries it
actually
around
he
all the
can't die.
Either
Okay,
way, Rampage.
While we're done
now,
our Rampage on
On EA and Rampage and a
Everything
bunch
else.
of movies we're not sure
We don't-
about seeing.
But what we can see, what you can't see, is our stuff later on.
Yes, our post-credit show, which is coming up.
In about 5-10 minutes time?
Yes.
Some ish.
Ish.
Take a very brief break.
Yes. Where we can go and get things for our cups so they
And
are
dogs.
not empty and
And
let the
dogs.
dog out and, other assorted stuff.
So
But
that's
check
good.
us out.
Dog out.
Check us out for the post-credit show where we talk about the games we've been playing.
Movies
We've been
and
watching.
experiencing
Yes.
TV shows. Assorted.
And other geek
Stuff.
junk we've been doing.
Yes.
I have a slideshow I can show you.
He does.
Oh.
It's 1,200 pictures. You guys ready?
No.
No.
Okay, fine. I won't show it. Come and join us in 5 minutes, though.
You can
Yes.
take a look at our website.
Yes.
We've got stuff on there.
Stuff.
Go take a look at our YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to us.
Yes.
Hit the little bell. You get
You know what?
notified.
You know
Just
what?
hit every button on of our page, just
not
short
the-
of the dislike button.
Yeah.
Hit every
Avoid
other
that
button.
one.
Hit every other button.
But either way, like and subscribe and all that lovely jazz. Cause
share.
And
share.
just tell all your friends about us. And tell them to
We're-
watch
Go
us.
watch that
We're
Battleship
people.
video.
And watch
And yeah,
Battleship.
while you're gone, check out our
Apparent-
Battleship video.
Apparently.
We'll be back after that.
We'll be back after you finish that one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.